Hello and welcome to the Swamps. This is a tarot reading on what your ancestors want to tell you. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. Let's get started. Hello, pile number 1. This is your tarot reading for what your ancestors would like to tell you. You chose the Bloodstone. Let's get started on your reading. First, we'll do your oracles and then we'll get into your tarot. So, first we have Rebirth. Next we have, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. And then we have outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I am open to receive. To me, this talks about a mindset. I feel like your ancestors are asking you to open your mind to the idea that if you are open, then more can come to you. So I was actually bringing this up with a friend the other day. It's a Buddhist concept of a vacuum, of emptiness. So it's sort of similar to that in the sense that, you're not necessarily a vacuum in this case, but it's similar in the sense that you're open. You can't let things in if you're closed, but you can let things in if you're open. You know what I mean? So particularly if this group is trying to manifest something, I feel like that could be what this is about. You need to open your mind, rebirth this mental energy of yours, okay? Try and releasing fears of it not working out. I feel like I've had a few manifestations now where fearing that it wasn't going to work out didn't exactly prevent my manifestations from coming through, but what it did do was elongate the process in order for me to receive these things. And I feel like this is sort of a warning about that. This is your ancestors saying that if you continue to allow these blockages, to keep your mind closed from fully being able to receive these gifts or manifestations, whatever you want to call them, you're not going to get them as quickly, okay? You're not going to receive your manifestations as quickly, if at all. And I don't like to, sorry, we have a busy road out there right now. I don't like to scare you with that. I do think that it's very likely that you'll still receive your manifestations. It just might take longer, and it might just come to you in a very different way than you're expecting. I'm going to move this over just a little bit. It's kind of bugging me. But essentially, this is just your ancestors saying, like, keep your mind open, especially if you're manifesting something. Keep your mind open to receiving this, even if you're not manifesting something, okay? Let's say you really want something, which some of us do consider a manifestation. Let's just say you really want something and you think about it a lot, but you're also very worried that it's just very unlikely that you're going to get this, or you're worried that, something's going to get in the way from you getting this. That is closing. That's like almost like, let me put it in this way. Let's say the universe is this machine, okay? And it brings you things based on your thought patterns. If it sees that you are reluctant or you are thinking that you're not going to get this, then it's going to either slow down the process of you getting it, or it's going to not give it to you because it thinks that you don't want it, basically. I hope that makes sense. That was a bit of a rough explanation of manifestation. But let's get into your tarot real quick here. We've got the 8 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like that's some kind of self-doubt going on here. And I sensed that for whatever reason, I could sense that you're doubting a manifestation for some of you, or you're doubting something that you want to come your way, something that you've been wishing for. You're doubting your ability to receive this, for like in whatever kind of way. And your ancestors want to tell you, don't do that. Don't do that, because it's going to slow down the process. It's going to, you're already, for some of you, you're already, let's say there's a list for getting you this thing. Okay, let's say there's a list, the universe has a list of people it's going to get its manifestation to next, okay? You're on that list, but every time you doubt yourself, you're like moving yourself lower on the list. Let's get into your next card. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, 8 coming out here, 8 coming out strong. Yeah, this is your ancestors again trying to reiterate to be proactive here. Try and really work towards a positive mindset with this manifestation. Try to work towards believing that you can receive this. This is a lot of work. It's almost like I feel like this is this same girl. They're wearing like a similar outfit, right? But she decided to, instead of stop doubting herself, she put her hair up and she's going to work. She's putting the work in to receive this manifestation. Let's see the last one. Temperance. Yeah, this is about patience too. Some of you, I feel like this manifestation is taking a lot longer than you were expecting it to. And because of that, you're losing faith in it. You're losing faith in the ability to receive this. So what your ancestors are asking you to do here is they're saying that you're in this energy right now. This is why this is the first card that came out. This is you right now. They want you to rebirth your perspective on this, okay? They want you to open your mind space to receiving whatever manifestation it is that you want to receive. They want you to put your hair up and go to work for that. What that could mean is that, work towards having a more positive mindset in this situation, having more of a positive, really believing that you can receive these gifts that you're asking for. And they are giving this piece of advice. I feel like this card's a piece of advice in saying, be patient with yourself. This isn't, this card comes after, this 8 of Pentacles card comes after the 7 of Pentacles card. And the 7 of Pentacles is about waiting for reaping your rewards. And this is sort of like the continuation of that to me. This is sort of like the continuation of waiting. But like this one, the 8 of Pentacles, in my opinion, is a little bit more like you can sort of see it. You can see it in the horizons. You can see your manifestation coming too. So I feel like this is basically your ancestors saying, open your mind to being able to see that. Be patient, even if it's not totally coming through right away, but just keep your mind open for the possibility that you're going to get this manifestation. I've been in this, I always get this card. So I have a feeling that some of you might have seen this card, maybe not this particular card, but the 8 of Swords a bit in your life. I think that you might be someone similar to me in the sense that you have self-doubt or you doubt. You just have feelings of doubt. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Like, you're not a bad person for that. But what I will say is that can be very self-defeating. And I feel like that's what your ancestors are trying to call you to look upon through viewing this video, is that you're right now, if it's a manifestation or if it's a project, whatever it is, it might not actually be a manifestation, but it's obviously something that you're working towards. You're doubting yourself in this situation. And your ancestors are saying, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your ability to receive this. Don't doubt your ability to do this. You just need to be patient. All you need to do is be patient and be open to receiving. Just be open to it. All that you need to do is accept the gift at a certain point. Imagine, if you will, let's use manifestation as an example here. Imagine, if you will, you are trying to manifest something. I don't know what, but you're trying to manifest something. And the universe is knocking at your door with the gift in hand. But you keep telling yourself, I don't really think they're at the door right now. I don't think they could get to the door. They're so far away. How could they get here? That's you right now. You're doubting the fact that they can knock on your door and give you that gift. And the fact that you're doing that is preventing you from opening the door and receiving that gift. And I think your ancestors are really just trying to tell you that. Let's pull some charms real quick. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You got, oh my God. You got 3 feathers. I'm like almost tearing up here. I don't know why. I feel like this is just a very strong indicator. I'm sorry to tear up. I feel like this is a very strong indicator that you have a past loved one trying to tell you this right now. I'm sorry. They want you to know that they're with you. You know, they're trying to help you manifest this or help you receive this gift into your life. Oh, man, that hit me like a truck. I'm so sorry. That to me is like a reassurance from your ancestors that they are with you, okay? They are with you and they want you to get this. They want to see you succeed, but they also want you to be patient. You know, the universe works slowly sometimes. And to be honest with you, I think there's a purpose for that. And that purpose is that it can be more rewarding when something takes longer. You feel like you've like climbed a mountain. I'm sorry, this really hit me like a truck. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to maintain my composure here. Give me just a second. Yeah, your ancestors are really strong with you, whoever got this reading. And they really want you to know that they're here. They're like, for some of you, they're like guardian angels, and that's why all these feathers are coming out. For some of you, they're sorry. Oh, this energy is like overwhelming for me. There's a lot of love coming from your ancestors. And it's genuinely overwhelming for me right now, and I'm sorry to cry. I probably look very silly. But yeah, your ancestors want you to know that they love you, they're with you, they're rooting for you. Above all, they are rooting for you. They want to see you do this. They want to see you succeed. That's why they're with you, because they want to see you do well in life. Okay, whatever this is, you just need to be patient. Keep putting the work in. Keep an open mind to receiving this. And the gifts will come, is what I heard. Sorry to cry on you. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you return to the swamps again for another tarot reading. If you would like to support this channel, please subscribe. It means the absolute world to me. Oh, sorry. That hit me so hard. I really hope you have a nice day, and I really hope you do know that your ancestors are with you, and they really want you to know that. Oh, that hit me. Hello, pile number 2. This is your tarot reading for what your ancestors would like to tell you. You chose the Crazy Lace Agate. It probably won't focus on it, unfortunately. You can kind of see it there. It has like a really crazy pattern on it. I love this. Apparently, I'm going to talk about this real quick. Apparently, there's like a Turkish version of this stone that's much more colorful, and I really want it, but it's super expensive, so we're not going to get it probably. I'm sure some of you can relate to seeing very expensive stones online and not being able to do anything about it. I feel like that's just a part of being a modern witch or magic person who does magic. Okay, so we're going to get into your, hold on, I'm going to move these just a little bit. Okay, we're going to get into your oracles first, so let's see what they have to say. Self-discipline. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. And surrender. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel like you are dying. The ego learns what's hardest, to stop trying to control the whole universe. Okay, this is about letting go. This is about letting go and having faith that things will work itself out. Your ancestors want you to know that, well, I shouldn't say it like that. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Not that like things will work itself out necessarily. It will, but you also have to put in a little bit of self-discipline for this. But the self-discipline this is sort of different. Okay, this is sort of a confusing one, so let me just try to lay this out a little bit better. So essentially, you need to have faith that the universe is going to work whatever this is out. You need to stop controlling whatever it is. You need to surrender your control in this situation, and this is going to require an amount of self-discipline. Okay, you need to learn to lean on the universe and to an extent, your ancestors and spirit guides to help you through whatever this situation is. I feel like whoever chose this group is really trying their hardest to control a specific situation. For some of you, I think this might have to do with familial issues. And what I have to say about that is sometimes our families can really put us into a position where we can't really do anything about it. For example, right now, my family back at home, I don't live with them anymore, but back at home is dealing with a situation where my mother has been rendered completely powerless. And unfortunately for her, she's going to just have to watch this work itself out. I don't want to go into too much detail, but unfortunately for her, there's really not anything that she can do about it. And what I think is happening from somebody who's viewing this from like a third person, I feel like the universe is trying to teach her a lesson. And that could be the position that you are in as well. Or you have to watch somebody else learn this lesson, sort of like the position that I'm in, where I'm kind of watching my mom learn this lesson, okay? And that can be very difficult. And that's why I think your ancestor, I almost lean towards you're watching somebody else learn a difficult lesson right now. And you really want to intervene with that. But unfortunately, sometimes you really can't intervene with the universe doing its thing. And I feel like that's what this card is trying to say. You kind of have to work with the universe right now. You got to surrender that control that you may feel like you need in this situation. And you have to have a lot of self-discipline to do that. Let's get into your tarot. You got the Three of Swords. Yeah, whatever this is really hard for you to watch. I don't know what this is. It could be watching. This is really, oh, God. You guys are making me cry today. This is a really tough situation to watch. But you could be watching a loved one go through an abusive relationship right now. I can't say that word. I'm not supposed to say that word. So let's pretend I didn't say that word. But you're watching a loved one go through a really difficult relationship right now. And because of this, it's you really want to intervene. And in some ways, I don't know, I'm not a professional on this. I think that if you get a professional involved, you should consult a professional on ways that you may be able to intervene. But in some ways, you really can't intervene. This person isn't going to leave that relationship by you forcing them to leave the relationship. That's something that they're going to have to realize on their own, unfortunately, which is very, very difficult to watch. It's heartbreaking, and I think that's why this Three of Swords came out. I think your heart is a bit broken watching this, and you feel a bit powerless watching this play out. Let's get to more cards. We've got the Four of Cups. Yeah, I feel like that's you just sitting on the sidelines and watching. And the Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. I feel as though this is you really wanting to say something. Sorry, I booped my camera. This is you really wanting to say something. But unfortunately, I really feel urged to tell you that your ancestors want you to sort of stay out of this. And I do believe that if this is what I was talking about, if this is a difficult relationship that somebody's in, I do believe that professionals do urge you to not really get involved and to not try to, don't shame the victim in this situation, because they really don't. It's like, it's very scary to leave a situation like that. And for example, the first year of leaving a relationship like that is the most dangerous year. So it's very, like, to put it in perspective, it's very scary for these people to leave those situations. This might not be exactly for everybody, that specific example, but I have a feeling it's something similar, to the sense that you are watching something, go down that's really hurting your heart, and you kind of want to say something, but you can't, and you're sort of being urged not to. You're sort of being urged to, maintain some self-discipline here, surrender your control of the situation, and just let the universe kind of take care of this one, which is very difficult. And I feel for you. I also, specifically the example I used a minute ago, I have been in that situation of watching somebody in a very difficult, we'll word it, relationship, and it's very hard to watch. It's very, sometimes there's literally nothing you can say to really bring that person to light, even if you paint it, even if you spell it out for them, right? They just don't want to believe that that's the situation that they're in sometimes. And that's, unfortunately, they're going to have to realize on their own that they're in that situation. You can't really make them understand. They have to come to that conclusion themselves. And I feel like that's sort of what this is trying to say. This is almost saying, like, hold back what you're trying to say here, because what you don't realize is that this could cause the opposite effect. This could be one of those reverse psychology situations where you tell this person this is a bad relationship, you need to get out, and it makes them want to be in the relationship more. So I feel like this is a warning from your ancestors to not do that. I feel like this is a very tough situation to be in, and my heart goes out to you. But at the same time, we have to understand that sometimes we get into these situations in the universe that are very difficult, but we also have to let the universe resolve them itself. Let's pull some charms. We got a key, an infinity, a peace sign, and a little smiley face. Well, the peace sign and the smiley face remind me of, like, the 60s and 70s, which makes me think that, one, this could be an older, I don't mean this to be rude, but like an older couple that we're talking about, if this is the relationship thing that we were talking about. For whoever is going through this, whoever you're watching going through this is a key part of their life. This is gonna change the way that they live, honestly, for the rest of their life. And I truly believe that they're going to get out of this situation. It may feel like an eternity as somebody who's watching this go down, but eventually I do feel as though this person will find peace and happiness. But you just got to let the universe work this out. You just got to let this person come to that conclusion themselves. Like I said, unfortunately, that's how things work sometimes. It's very hard to sit through. It's like, I'm almost like crying here. I've been trying to hold back my tears all this whole reading. It's very hard to sit through, but it's hard to, like, I would almost suggest for this group to get, like, counseling, if that's possible for you, about this, because I feel like watching something like this is just as difficult as, or as close to, as just as difficult as going through it. It's very emotionally, like, it hurts a lot. It hurts you emotionally very much to watch. So I very much recommend that. And that's all I'm really getting for this reading. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you return to the swamps for another tarot reading. If you would like to support this channel, please subscribe. It means the world to me. Thank you. Hello, pile number 3. This is your tarot reading for what your ancestors would like to tell you. You chose the Amazonite. This one's tumbled. I don't know if I brought out my raw one yet, but we will eventually. So we're going to get into your oracles first and then your tarot. All right. We've got liberation, The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. Oneness is my true nature. And personal growth. Okay. I feel like your ancestors are trying to, your ancestors are coming through trying to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? They're trying to, like, congratulate you, I feel like, for the amount of personal growth that you have gone through and that they've watched you go through. I feel like this has been a journey for both you and your ancestors. They've been watching you, like, liberate yourself through personal growth. For some of you, this could be through a spiritual means. You may have felt actually quite literally like this card, like you've become more one with the universe. For others of you, this could have to do with just personal life. This could have to do with growing through situations that you've been through throughout your life. And your ancestors have seen this. They've watched you go through this. And they want to just kind of give you a moment of, like, a little bit of an applause. They want to say, like, they're very proud of you. That's what I wanted to say. They wanted to say that they're very proud of you. They're very proud of the liberation that you've gone through or are going through. They're very proud of the personal growth that they've been watching you go through. And they're very proud of the fact that you have really discovered yourself, is something that I heard. That they're proud that you've discovered yourself this lifetime. Let's get into your tarot cards. We've got the Ace of Swords. So for some of you, this could have to do with, like, speaking up for yourself. This could have to do with, like, finding your voice is what I heard. Like, finding your voice. We've got the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. Perhaps this is finding your voice in a field that is very important to you, that you're passionate about. Perhaps this is finding your voice in a passionate relationship, or a passionate, like, it doesn't need to necessarily be romantic, but it's like a relationship where there's, like, a lot of passion, basically, a lot of feelings. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't really speak their emotions very easily. Maybe that takes, maybe that's very difficult for you, and you were able to finally find that in, like, a new relationship or something. Or this is, like, a new part of your life where you're able to speak your passions, speak your emotions, but potentially. Oh, wow. And then we have the King of Wands. I feel like this is, like, definitely expressing growth here. Maybe this was an intellectual thing, okay, some kind of, like, study or something that you were very passionate about, and you went from a page to a king, and your ancestors are trying to give you a big pat on the back. They're very proud of you for this. They want to let you know that they've watched you grow over the years, and that they're very proud of this. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, this is the most uplifting reading of the group so far. I just want to say that I'm proud of you. By extension here. But what I will also say is that I feel like this is your ancestors also trying to let you know that they're with you. They're watching you. They're rooting for you. As with most people, I feel like if you have ancestors watching you, it's almost like them trying to just... You ever read that book, Elsewhere? I feel like that was a book that they made us read in high school or something. But I remember in that book, they had this, like... It was about, like, the afterlife, and there was this, like, place in the afterlife. It was a long time ago, so I'm sorry if I butcher this, but there's, like, a place in the afterlife where you could go to watch your family, and it was like one of those, like when you go to a dock and you put the coin in and you can look through the binoculars. It was like one of those. I feel like that's your ancestors. They're watching you through those little binoculars, and they're proud of you, and that's something that they love to do in their past life, and their I don't know if that's the right word to put it, in their afterlife. That's what I wanted to say. That's something that they love to do in their afterlife. And for this particular group, they really love to do it because they love watching you grow. And I feel like that's the main message here, regardless of what this is exactly about, regardless of how you've grown or, like, what you've grown from. I feel like for every person that picked this pile, your ancestors are trying to say they love watching you grow. They love watching... Oh, God, every group has been choking me up today. Sorry. Your ancestors just want to let you know that they love watching you grow. It's just so sweet. I'm sorry. I'm going to pull some charms. Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't see this with this moon charm coming out. You don't see them watching you, but they're always watching you. And they're always with you. They're like guardian angels. They're always with you. See, this is about the growth. This is about that king energy. They love watching you grow. I almost said they live for that, but you know why I'm laughing. That was ironic. They live for that. They love watching you grow. That's their number one thing to do in their afterlife right now, is watching their descendants grow and become, people, become like fully realized people. I feel like whenever I see this key, because I play a lot of Zelda, I think of like leveling up or like getting to a new part. This is just furthering what I'm saying. They really love watching you move up in life. They really love watching you grow. They really love watching you get into new places, open new doors, They really love that. And I think that's very beautiful. This is such a touching reading. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you come back to the Swamps for another tarot reading. If you'd like to support this channel, please subscribe to me. It means the world to me. And thank you again. Man, I can't believe I cried for every reading today. Or at the very least got choked up. I mean, sometimes it's a little embarrassing, All right, thank you all for coming to the Swamps for a tarot reading. Again, if you'd like to support this channel, please subscribe. It means the world to me. And all I can really say is thank you again for watching this video.